Welcome to Everyday Life. Thank you for joining our podcast, Conversations Over Coffee. My name is Jen.
And I'm Dagda.
And we're going to hit you with the explicit content warning right off the bat. This podcast does include adult situations and adult language from time to time.
I'm an angel. I never fucking cuss.
Okay. Anyways, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. Maybe he'll make you sweat till you bleed. You're like, damn, I was gonna do that.
Indeed.
To pay the price to control the mic, I'm more precise to the point. I'm nice. Yay! I love that. I love that song in high school. I mean, back in the day. But the high school I went to for my senior year, they have a recording of us doing a big old dance to it, and it was so funny.
Not funny, funny, strange.
Yeah, it's like, well, because the day that we had to do it, I was actually dressed for. We also had mock interviews.
Okay.
So I didn't have time to change from my interview clothes to my gym clothes, back to my interview clothes. So I got permission. I was just like, can I stay? Because literally as soon as that bell rings, I have 5 minutes to get to this class. And we're doing our mock interviews with, I think we had Boeing and Warehouser that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So here I'm way in the back doing it.
In Washington.
Very small, minute. Yeah. So, but it's so funny when you look back on your high school things. What are the things that you find super funny?
Nothing is very serious. I can't think of anything right now.
There's not anything when you talk to your friends about like oh, this one time in high school, or you like reflect back on the things you do.
That was all band camp.
That poor flute. Well, I think it's funny when I think back to like my high school days, because I mean, obviously we have you and I have overlapping personalities with our very twisted sense of humor, but we also have vast differences as well. There's some, yes, has nothing to do with your tiny micro penis, has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But it's really odd because it's like, I laugh about things that were so important back in high school. And now I'm like, why was it important to be a straight A student for all those years? Like, except for my senior year, I was a straight A student.
Nah.
Like, literally. And it was like, oh, yeah, because my stepdad, yeah, he was paying us for it. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking, and then you look at the amount of money I earned from when I had straight A's. And I'm like, man, that was not worth it. That was not worth it. Yeah, it really wasn't. But I don't know. I laugh because we all thought we were so cool in high school, and we're doing this choreography and they're recording it. And and then it's just like, and then when I play the choreography back in my head, I'm like, we literally were doing aerobics with more arm movements. And it was so funny because I can still remember the teacher back behind us going, "Grapevine, ladies," which is literally just a side step and a head flip, and then a side step and a head flip, and "take it back, girls," which is just stepping backwards, rolling your shoulders back. I'm sure they have very phenomenal names for all that shit now.
I mean, well, maybe. Dance is dance, and it's been around for a while, and a lot of the dance moves have been invented already, and so they just continue using these names.
Right.
Unless you're bougie and you decide, oh, I'm going to reinvent this, and my song doesn't go dun 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 da da dun dun. It goes dun 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 da da dun dun.
Controversy of the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so funny because how many decades did it take him to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was kind of a riff off of, and it's like, and I'm like, why not just admit it to begin with?
Yeah.
It's really not worth all the lawyer's fees to try to deny it.
Well, yeah, it was just at that time he was getting in trouble for it, and there might be legal repercussions for it and all that.
Yeah. They just don't understand a white boy who knows how to rap. No, son, you don't understand that a white boy who knows how to rap, his name is Marshall Mathers. And I'm not like, look, Robert Van Winkle, I think that's his real name, but yeah. Vanilla Ice, like, he had a charisma about him. Yeah. And he had an inherent value. I mean, like, yeah. I remember when I'm dating myself so much right now. I remember when his cassette tape dropped. I went and bought it, and it was me and my girlfriends were just like, oh my God, he's so cute. He's like a white kid in play. Because he had the big hair. But, as you get older and you mature, you realize that when you look back on that time frame, the In Living Color episode.
Oh yeah, that was actually great. And I like Vanilla Ice, but that was still fucking hilarious.
Ice Ice Baby is now on Muzak at Safeway.
Mm.
Miss C and I remember you had went to the restroom and you come up and her and I are just like we're doing like the shoulder shrugs and we're singing it. You're like, what's wrong? We're like, Ice Baby, and you're like, oh my god. But it's funny because when I reflect back on it and I look at that, and because I caught a clip of that in Living Color episode with Jim Carrey. I got my it's so. It's really how it was back then.
Yeah.
It was just like nowadays we don't dare do it. We do not dare mock people or make fun of them. We don't do it. People will sue you for it. But back in the day, we used to be able to poke fun at each other and go, bro, you're a little extra, okay?
Yeah.
Like somebody came in my shop the other day and one of my cashiers, I love her to bits. She's very young. She's not even 20 yet. And she looks at me and she goes, I don't understand social media people. Like, who are you talking about? She's like, this lady who's doing this. I said, oh, sweetheart. I was just like, it's her thing. She goes, I don't understand it. And I said, look, I checked her out. This is what's going on. And she goes, but why is she? And I said, look, and I'm not saying her name. I was like, she had a bibbity bobbity boo pay wand so that you get this bibbity bobbity boo like Disney thing and you put your credit card in and then you go bing and you do your taps with it.
Okay.
I call it a bibbity bobbity boo wand because that's how somebody told me, look at my bibbity bobbity boo wand. I have had people say, look at my Make-A-Wish wand.
Okay.
You know, and I was just like, it's that trend was so 3 years ago. I was just like, so this is something I think she's using to connect with her younger children who were really into watching this. But she's just like, I don't get it. She goes, I don't get how these young people get on and make idiots of themselves. She didn't say fool. She didn't say fun. She said idiots. And I'm like, you are so smart. She's like, I don't get it. And I was like, but yet you're watching it. And she goes, oh no. She goes, and it was so funny because I wasn't quite sure if she was mocking me. She goes, I don't like that tiki thing. I'm like, TikTok? And she goes, yeah, I don't like that. I was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of it either, but whatever. It's just interesting to me that we used to be able to poke fun of each other.
Yeah.
And nobody got their pussy hurt. I mean, their butt hurt. Nobody was just like, oh, I'm so offended, as they lift their hand, the back of their hand, up to their forehead and fake a fate. But man, I got to watch that. I've got to watch that. Kick off my shoes, kick off my legs, because I don't know how to tie my laces. Like, I'm missing Living Color. I wish they'd bring it back.
It probably wouldn't be as good now.
Could you imagine Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans, and all the Wayans family, him, every single one of them?
J-Lo.
You know what? J-Lo can still. Yeah, she was a fly girl, and she still can dance pretty good. I honestly think I'd rather say her ass wiggling around now than I would 30 years ago. Because 30 years ago, if you watch, she didn't really have. She had to really put the squats in to get her ass the way it is now. Because you can literally see the progression of her ass from going, okay, that's cool, to, yes, mommy, let me spank. I mean, honestly, because she like 54 now, 55?
Got to be something like that. Yeah.
I mean, without makeup, you can tell she's at least mid 40s or whatever. Mm-hmm. With her makeup on, then you're like, oh yeah, she's totally 50. And I say that because we have this natural assumption what makeup's supposed to do, which is we hide things.
Yeah.
And I think for her, if you actually see her without makeup, it's like, oh, you can see that she stays out of the sun, so she's a little bit paler in the face. But yeah, she's extraordinarily gorgeous and talented, and Ben Affleck's a dummy. And I like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
I like Matt Damon, but not so much Ben Affleck. Although I do like him more now than what I used to.
I think now that he's not drinking and doing all that stuff, a lot of people are like, I like him more now than I did before. And I personally don't understand what anybody's problem is with him. I don't understand what anybody's problem is with Matt Damon either. But I do find it funny that Team America is like, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I think people make fun of him because he's got the same smile no matter what. No matter what character he plays, he's always got that one smile that's the same, and that's that really big grin smile. We made a Matt Damon puppet, but it didn't come out quite right. It's Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Right. Well, and it's so funny because Matt Damon just publicly put out for everybody because apparently he's in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Yes.
Because there's a whole bunch of people that are uproariously angry about this movie because they pray to the gods and they worship the gods, and they're saying he's done a disservice to the gods. I'll have to research it.
He's done a disservice to Homer.
Well,
at the very least.
The only reason I brought it up is because I just read an article about Matt Damon was talking and letting it be known to Hollywood and the public he is no longer gaining weight for roles or specifically heavily losing weight for roles, because the older you get, the harder it is to lose.
Yeah.
And it's really apparently like it's one of those things where he's like it'll mess with you mentally too.
Yeah.
And so I just thought that was great. So this is the last film where he's going to be doing this extreme weight loss for.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny because I don't remember who he was. Somebody was saying that was the best advice I ever got, even at my young age, to not gain and lose a bunch of weight. Like do the roles to where you can make what you have work for you.
Yeah.
And I do think that a lot of Hollywood is kind of getting out of that where, oh, we want you, Marlon Brando, but you've got to be 1956 Marlon Brando, not 1978. I'm the Godfather. Which, and I find it funny because Marlon Brando had actually had a quote. Somebody was talking to him when he was still alive about, they were talking about all of his weight gain, and he goes, it doesn't bug me. Why does it bug you? I can still do the job, fat or not. And I thought that was a really great perspective to have. Like, he was just like, he goes, being fat, being heavy doesn't stop me from doing anything. I still play all my roles that I would, even if I was thin.
Yeah.
If it doesn't bug me, why the fuck does it bug you? I thought that was the best quote ever. And like, doesn't bug him. Why should it bug anybody else?
Yeah. It reminds me of a video I watched the other day. It was that same guy who did the video about Korea. Also the video about Tokyo versus Kansas City.
Okay.
Where it's like the fattest city in the world versus the skinniest city in the world.
Okay.
Percentage-wise. Anyway, he did a video with a former Victoria's Secret model.
Okay.
Where he ate her diet that she would typically eat while she was a model.
Okay.
And then she ate his diet that he's a bodybuilder.
Uh-huh.
So she's eating like almost 4,000 calories, and meanwhile he's eating like 600 calories per day. And they're going through their different meals and everything.
I bet he was really hungry.
Yeah, he was very like
hangry.
Well, also, I can't tell if she's Russian or Ukrainian. Mm-hmm. She has Slavic accent. Let's put it that way.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, she was talking about how she was afraid of flavor and spices and salt, right? Because she was afraid, first of all, if stuff tasted good, she'd want to eat more of it.
Yeah.
And she was also afraid of salt and spices because
retaining water. Yeah.
And she was talking about how kind of cutthroat that industry is, and they're like, they would have the girls come in and be weighed like a couple times a week.
In front of each other, weren't they?
She didn't get into that, but she was saying that they, for the particular company that she worked for, they would give her a stipend. So they'd give her like a couple $100 every week, even when they weren't doing shoots. But if they didn't weigh in at the correct weight, they'd fucking cut their stipend.
Yeah.
So they'd have no money at all for however long. And she was talking about how it took her a couple years to recover from the harm she had done to herself by doing all this, because she was trying to stay at a specific size or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but you look at her now, because they had pictures of her when she was actual modeling and pictures of her now, obviously. And it's like, she actually looks hotter now.
Yeah.
And she's not that much bigger. She's a little bit bigger, but
yeah, probably just one size, which is about 10 pounds.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy.
It is so funny how we have these perceptions in our head And we're just now breaking those molds. Because, like, when I was growing up, if you saw a supermodel on the runway that was bigger than a size 2, well, you knew her ass was getting fired the next day.
Yeah, during the 90s, they were into super scrawny, almost fucking painfully olive oil looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, some people are just naturally built that way.
Yes.
And then some people aren't. And it was, you know, and it's... I went to high school with girls that were like, they weren't striving to be models, but they wanted to be Cindy Crawford. And I'm like, oh, really? Because she's not the skinniest model there. They were like, what? I'm like, yeah, look at her. She's healthy. She's a size 2.5. Oh my God. Or a size 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
She's not really that big of a lady. And, you know, I remember people being like, well, my mom says I need to look like Twiggy. Now, there's a lot of people who don't know who Twiggy was. She was a tiny woman, tiny model in the 70s. And she's just naturally built that way. But people who are built like, you know, our family or, you know, like half the people I work with, it's like, it's just, it's a lot more work. It literally is a 400 calorie a day diet to be that, to slim down. And I don't know. I think
she was talking about how some of the girls didn't have to deal with all that because they had naturally high metabolism or whatever, but the average person isn't what it is. No. I can't remember what the term for it is, but the people who are naturally super thin, no matter how much they eat.
Yeah, their metabolism's on high gear, which means they're probably going to have thyroid problems later. You know,
there's a,
you know, like for me, when I was 27, I got diagnosed with a slow metabolisms. So I'm like, well, what does that mean? And they're like, well, you just need to make sure that you're either in a caloric deficit or you're balancing. And it's just like, sometimes I mean, I know I've been in a caloric deficit, but I'm just like, eh.
One of the kind of things about anatomy, although it's also a survival trait, is that you actually expend more energy just keeping warm than you do exercising.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, to work off a cupcake, you have to run for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's like,
why not just take a 15-minute cold shower?
Why not just not eat the cupcake?
There's that too. But then that's not the fun side of things.
Yeah.
Like, so yesterday I worked. So I worked I'm starting to work an extra day every other week. Because it's what the team needs right now. And once we get acclimated to it, we might not need that, but we're also down a manager right now because she's helping taking care of other business somewhere else. Anyways, and my partner sends me a picture. He goes, I did a thing, and he sends me a picture of this tub of Costco cookies. And the great thing is he divided it in half, and I was just like, oh, somebody had a lot of cookies today, and because he only had 2 cookies left. Here's the thing is I ate them, and I didn't eat them all, obviously, or I would not have been moving today. I'd be like, I wouldn't be walking around. My joints would hurt way too bad.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I thought about it, and I was like, okay, first of all, I was stress eating, and I'm like, okay, there's that. But then I really do love chocolate. Hello.
Yeah.
But I was also going, you know, I really don't think I want those cookies again. Because they're not the good Costco cookies. They're the little Costco cookies, which I'm like, get the big ones. Those ones are good. Then you have 2 cookies and you're satisfied for 2 days. So yeah, it's weird. But yet today I bought a bunch of sweets at the store because the other day he said to me, do you have any sweets? And I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, trust me, I'll eat my sweets too. But I don't know. It is about modifying and paying attention and all that kind of stuff. Or you can be like that skinny bitch at work that I really like who's a vegan or vegetarian. I don't know. She's one or the other. Which I'm like.
Now she eats fish, so she's a vegetarian.
She's a pescatarian, right? Yeah. You know, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I tried to do the carnivore for a couple of days, but it does not let me poop.
Well,
but I'm also not eating a whole lot of like extra fats either, just because it's like I only like butter with certain things or whatever. And the meats I eat are really lean.
Yeah, if you're gonna do the carnivore diet, you need to eat a lot of fat.
Yeah, because you gotta lube your butt so you can poop.
No, it's because the fucking calories that you're using should be coming from the fat, not the protein. because the protein will convert to sugar, which ruins the whole fucking point.
Ah.
So you need to be eating enough fat that the excess protein is being used to make muscle in your body, not carbohydrates.
Well, what I try to do most of the time is I try to have about 30 grams of protein before I go to work because I'm walking all day long.
Yeah.
And I'm moving all day long. And sometimes that works, and then sometimes it works against me. They're noisy. So sometimes it works against me. But like 3 days this week, I had closer to 40 grams of protein before going to work, and I did not poo any of those days.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and one of them I definitely had like some butter with it. Just, that's how I like my eggs, is made with butter.
Yeah.
And and I don't
with bacon grease.
Well,
or both. Why not both?
Okay. So what I do is I do a 50-50 mix of avocado oil and butter.
Okay.
And I think if I was going to eat more of a carnivore diet, like stick with the higher proteins, which I think based on the last calculations, I think I'm supposed to be getting 46 to 56 grams of protein a day.
Okay.
I think I would have to like eat way more avocados than I do, because avocados have to have a certain firmness to me. I almost like them when they're almost underripe, where they're kind of, when you bite into them, they kind of have that little bit of, I'm not quite ready juice that comes out.
Yeah.
I don't like mushy avocados. They gag me. Oh, they gag me. So I like much firmer avocados, but I would have to be really cognizant of it, and I would have to meal prep.
Yeah.
For it, which I probably could meal prep tomorrow, but I don't want to because I need a reset day.
Yeah.
I need a reset day. And I'm listening to the Dresden's File 12 months right now. And then I've got that to finish, and I've got The Outlaw to listen to, or just Outlaw, not The Outlaw.
Yeah, because The Law is one book and Outlaw.
Yeah, and Outlaw's the new one, right?
Yeah, Outlaw's the newest one.
Yeah, and The Law, isn't that like a Bigfoot file one or whatever?
It's a short story.
Yeah.
And it's the one that Jim Butcher reads himself. He doesn't have James Monsters read it. So if you're listening to the audio book.
Yeah. And what did you think of Outlaw? 'Cause obviously I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read Outlaw either. I just read The Law. And because those two are so similar in name and they're very close together in time that he published them.
Outlaw is the one he just published this year in May.
Yes. The Law he also literally just published not too long ago.
It was like, I guess too long ago in Jim Butcher's world is like years, but
well, it's
I thought it was like 2023 or 24.
He put it out right after
Peace Talks or Battleground. Yeah, Battleground came out in like 2021, 22. So like I said, in Jim Butcher's world, that's pretty close. Anyways, yeah. So I'm trying to get through it so that you can go on to the library and you can request it, because I'm telling you, I think it's the most fantastic thing. Like it keeps place where you're at, and you just sign in and sign out. And
yeah, I've not messed with Libby yet. I mean, I did a long time ago, but I didn't like it as much as fucking Hoopla.
Mm-hmm.
So I fucking.
Well, I've done an ebook on Libby, and I've done an audiobook on Libby, and I definitely like the audiobooks better. The ebooks are nice because you can bring the print up higher, but when I'm doing the stories, like if I'm going to be reading, I don't want to be reading here in the office. I want to be on the couch, surrounded in comfort, and just engross myself in it. I don't want to be having to sit here for, I don't know. I think I made pretty good time on the ebook I read. I think Blood Rights, I think I got through the whole thing in 5 hours, maybe 6. And it was supposed to be like a 8 or 10 hour read or something. And I'm like,
Yeah, I recently re-listened to a book that I listened to a long time ago. It's actually one of the first audiobooks I listened to. It's called Necroscope.
Okay.
And then I got the second book in the Necroscope series. There's like 16 books altogether. Although 5 of them are about the original character, and then, I don't know, there's like 3 of them that are like lost years or something. Anyway, this dude is the Necroscope. and he's kind of like a necromancer. Except there's some distinctions. So he can. They never really talk about whether he can see ghosts or not, but he can listen. He can hear ghosts. And basically he can talk with them, and they want to talk to him because, well, he's basically one of the very few people who can talk to him. And he can't like control them or manipulate them or anything like that, but because they want to talk to him, they'll want to do favors for him or whatever. And by the end of the first book, he can do shit like he can raise the dead. He doesn't really raise the dead. Basically, he says, "Hey, man, I need some help. Can you help me?" And a bunch of dead people fucking crawl up out of the ground and start beating the shit out of him. And then there's vampires, which the second book is mostly about these vampires that he's fighting against. Because the vampires are also necromancers, which the dead hate necromancers because they forcibly make them do stuff. And apparently it's, well, first of all, it's psychologically traumatizing to them.
Of course.
And then it's also physically painful to them, even though they're not corporal anymore. But like the way they do it is they fuck with their corpses. And so, yeah, the whole army of dead help him fight these vampires because they're pieces of shit.
Oh, so the black court, cool. Or red court.
Yeah, basically.
Like,
they're kind of like almost a hybrid because they're kind of in between red court and black court because they're a symbiotic entity.
Yeah.
And basically they've been on Earth ever since we evolved. They evolved in tandem with us. And yeah, they have some interesting stuff. Yeah. Basically, when they attach themselves to you, they send out these like tendrils that go throughout all your organs, which is why they regenerate and all that shit. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I might have to be like I know the Dresden Files is going to end someday. It better not be soon, Butcher. I'm just telling you.
This series has already ended.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is maybe it might be. I don't like the idea of somebody's creepy tendrils going through my guts.
I mean, that's the bad guys.
Well, I don't like bad guys.
The good guy kills that guy.
But I'm so used to Butcher's humor.
Yeah, this book is not humorous.
Yeah, I like serious books that have humor in it, though.
Yeah, this book is set like, so the first book mostly happens in the late 70s to early 80s. And then the second book is set like literally right after that. It's kind of creepy.
It's one of the things about the Dresden Files. It's not always meant to be funny, but it is funny because so I'm listening to 12 Months, and we're not going to talk about it on mic, but it was a very rough week.
Yeah.
And so that's that. But one of the things that happened between the day of the rough week and the resolution of the rough week is I'm listening to 12 Months, and they're doing is it Harry's Halloween party? Yeah, it's the Halloween party. So Harry's birthday, and they go to Wraith Manor, and LeChance comes in.
Okay.
And like Molly and Laura are doing all their prim and proper stuff. Like, I'm so happy to see you. I hope you're doing well. And everybody does their pleasant exchange, and then LeChance looks at Harry, and Harry's like, "I'm not, and you can go fuck yourself and die." And he says it just like that. I laughed.
Oh, yeah, the fucking ghoul dude.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, LeChance, the leader of the ghouls. I have kin who live around y'all.
And I'm going to watch their fat burn.
Yeah. But I laughed so hard. It echoed. I could hear myself. I laughed so hard. And then I correlated that moment with what was going on with the bad week. And so when I got up to go to bed, I talked to my partner. I was like, yeah. And then Dresden said this, and that's what I was laughing at. And he was like, oh, I was wondering what that was. I'm like, yeah, I'm not laughing. So, but he was just like, oh, interesting. Well, that was his mistake, because then last night before I went to bed, I had to tell him all about what was going on in Dresden's world right now. My inner child had to let him know that I don't even remember at this point. I was so tired when I went to bed last night. I think I mentally checked out as soon as I clocked off of work, honestly. It was, he was talking about like Christmas and stuff like that and how Santa had visited. Santa had actually visited.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny because.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about your partner.
Oh, no. I was telling him about the book and about Santa Claus and all that. And it's like, and even sometimes I get confused because I know Vatarung is Odin, right?
Yeah.
But is that also Kringle?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not confused. It's just him all around.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I know. Anyways, yeah, it's my inner child is in love with Harry. And it's not like, ooh, I want to sex you up. It's more like, will you be like, will you be my big brother and protect me kind of thing? It's like, I don't know. It's an interesting world, and everybody always is like, why are you talking about, like, my coworker? I was just like, every day I look, I just hope I keep seeing these books, and I just know one day I will, but today's not the day. You keep telling me who you're looking for, and I told her, I was just like, Jim Butcher. She goes, she goes, there's a couple other people who work here are looking for him too. I was like, those bastards, because they all work earlier than me. But I don't know who it is. Yeah. And she can't exactly say, hey,
Yeah.
She can't do that. And I'm just like, so.
It'd be funny if you found the Codex Alera before you found me.
You want to know what's funny is I swear to God, I saw a Codex Alera book.
Yeah.
Like 5 months ago, but my brain didn't click. But yeah, I know I should be looking for that too, because I know you keep saying that's a really good series.
It's a really good series. It's just a more or less standard fantasy, though. It's not.
It's just, I don't know. I just really like his sense of humor and his disposition. And it was really interesting when I'm listening to it today, and he's talking about like telling Fitz to read as much as you can, because you're constantly learning. You either get to learning or you die. Or you get to dying. That's what you're doing, because you need your brain to be in good mental health.
Yeah.
But you need it to be functioning well. And, I was just like, yes. And what's really interesting is at work, we've probably doubled our book sales in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And this is before we even took in a different location that had lost its building.
Good shop.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just know that I love Dresden, and I know everybody in the family is just like, I might have to check this out. You might. It makes me want to go to half like half price books every day.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me like, but the last time I looked on the internet, I was like, no, thank you. Because the very, one of the books that I wanted to get's like $1,300 freaking dollars.
I would think that they still have them at like Barnes and Nobles.
Where's the Barnes and Nobles around here?
Or by used to be the mall.
I haven't seen it.
It's right next to the movie theater.
What movie theater?
The movie theater at the Lakewood Town Center.
Oh, well, that's in a whole different town than here. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't think that's still there. I mean, the theater, yes.
It was the last time.
The theater, yes. But when I had to go renew my license, I actually went out to Lakewood to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you, licensing. But I don't remember seeing it. But that also, it's because they've been doing, in that area, they've been doing their Main Street construction, and so part of it was shut down. You couldn't even get to the backside. Like, literally, you were just, that's all you got is like a C-shaped pattern to get around. Anyways. Yeah.
Next to you next Tuesday?
It was funny. I will say this about the whole thing that happened this week. I was talking to the individual, and I was just like, it's just a vernacular thing. Looked him dead in the eye, and I said, it's like when I say cunt. It's just like saying you're being bitchy. Oh, yeah, me and my high school friends, we used to say that, but, now all my friends are dead. Oh, sorry.
Why don't you go play with your friends? They're all dead.
All right. But, it was the only time, but it is what it is. Anyways, damn it. Why are the squirrels visiting more and more often lately? I think it's because our brains are overworked. My brain's overworked because I'm trying to balance everything. And it's like, yeah. But I keep encouraging people to read. I had a guy came in the other day. No joke. He bought 28 books, and he wasn't even a reseller. But I'm looking at it and he's like, I think this, and it's really interesting because the person who deals with the books at work, she actually put out an entire series. And I told her, I was just like, yeah, I was just like, my only thing was because he was just like, he was like, sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. He was just like, yeah, my daughter's really into horses. And these books sound like they might be about horses. And it looks like the whole series is there. So I picked the whole thing up. And I said, okay.
I guess they were romance novels.
I don't know, but for some reason, there's part of me going, I do. Well, my book manager said straight up 100% romance novels.
Okay.
But I think they might be interracial love novels because of the title.
Well, they might even be interspecies love novels.
What? Oh, excuse me. But there was an entire series of one and a half series another, and the half series of the other is the one that we think is probably not child appropriate because she definitely did not put it in the children's section.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, and I said, are you going to scan through them and kind of check them out first? Nope, I'm not a horse person. I don't want anything to do with big black beauties. I don't care about horses. I just went, fuck. He was taking them out to the car for his daughter, who was being a prissy little brat because she's a preteen, and I don't want to. She just got her first period, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I got a whole, we get stuff donated, and I had a whole big ass bag. And when I opened it up, it was full of horse stuff for like those, I don't know what they're called, the like English style riding competitions.
Yeah.
Like the helmet.
Wow. Yeah, it's all the bridle, the gear, everything. Yeah. Wow.
Riding crop, all that.
Sent that on e-commerce, didn't you?
Well, I gave it to the e-commerce dude, the pants. The one set of pants were the ones that you typically see. The other set were almost like riding crops, except they had denim for part of it. So the trainers. Adam.
Okay.
But the leather was like coming apart. And then he was talking about the
bridle, the helmet, the other pants.
Well, the helmet, it was also like the padding on the inside was disintegrating.
Okay.
Basically, the riding crop was the only thing that was actually functional. And then there was like a bunch of like brushes and stuff like that for taking care of the horse and stuff.
Yeah.
And none of that was actually worth anything. Basically, the only thing that was of value was the riding crop. Everything else pretty much got tossed.
Yeah, the riding crop was probably getting 100, 150, wasn't it? It's really funny how it's some things are really funny. The way it works, like we can't poke fun of each other anymore. Yeah. I'm going to poke, even when I'm 126 and you're 125, I'm going to poke fun of you and be like, I told you would end up in a wheelchair if you didn't quit scratching your butt. I'm going to do that to you.
At least you're going to attempt to.
I'm going to attempt to. Because you're going to say something snarky and I'm going to go, oh God, you're going to go, yes. I mean, it's just how it is. We just do that. And I'm going to laugh because when you have arthritis and be like, your pin ain't strong, no. I'm going to tease you. But generally speaking, we can't tease each other.
Yeah.
And that's sad because I would really love to see, like I said, I'd really love to see a redo of In Living Color with all the Wayans family, with even Alex Borstein. I would love to see her on there, even though I know that she's really busy with the other stuff she does. Jim Carrey, I think it'd be great. I'd love to see a new Fire Marshal Bill come out of retirement. And I would love it because I remember them being skits where they would tease each other about being illiterate and this, that, and the other. And I think it's a missed opportunity for people to calm their asses down. It ain't that sad. Well, so I had an incident happen with somebody at work where they thought they accused me of saying their pronoun wrong. And I looked at them and I'm like, I call everybody dude. Girls, boys, don't matter.
Yeah.
Girls, boys, intersex, undecided sex, whatever. I don't care. Everybody's dude. So it's not that fucking serious.
Yeah.
And I most certainly did not want to listen to their diatribe about the presidency. It's like, life isn't that serious. You need to calm your ass down. Go read a book. That's really what I wanted to tell them. And and I caught them on their phone again, having a conversation. It's like, so then they had to come over and feign they're crazy again. Oh, I was talking to my other personality. Shh, there you are. I don't know. Everybody's just, and I do take a lot of things in life seriously.
Yeah.
I probably too seriously, because it's part of who I am. Because I strongly dislike when people are like, you're not serious enough, or you too serious, is what I hear more often than not. Is you're too serious and you're doing that too nice. Okay, so if I was a religious person, what I would say is, if we're both standing at the pearly gates, one of us is getting in and the other one's definitely getting the you're fired dumbbell down to the basement right there.
Mm-hmm. We all be in good company in hell. No, it's some fucking, like, I can't remember. They dress like Amish people.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a country type song. It's not really country, it's like more rock-ish, but it's hard to describe.
Is it like the hillbilly bluegrass people you used to listen to?
No, it's not. It's not Gangsta Grass.
Like, I kind of remembered what it was. Yeah. I don't know. We have this thing in where, like, you know what a good comedy is now? Knock knock. Exactly.
I mean, I do like dad jokes. I do like puns.
Okay.
My cousins were doing pun offs basically. I'm like, you guys need to meet my friend Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon's pretty good at it, right?
Yeah, he loves puns. Of course, he's super smart, so like half the time he has to explain them to people because we're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Every time you talk about Marlon, it makes me think that you are stupid compared to him.
I am kind of. He's super smart.
You're super smart. Like, I'm smart, you're super smart, and he's super duper smart.
Yeah, he's way smarter than I am.
And sometimes when you're talking about it, I'm like, okay, that's it. I need to join this game group so I can just look at him and be like, let's thumb war, bro. But, as you can see, my thumb don't work the way it used to because I'm pre-arthritic in this thumb. I am. I was talking at work with my favorite employee ever. I wish I could just work all day long. Well, one of my 3 favorite employees. But he's like, God, my elbow. I'm like, dude, it's the humidity. Because when you're pre-arthritic, the humidity gets to you. Like, I'm like, and he and I both are swollen. And he's like, it's my elbow. And I'm like, well, between the two of us, we have a broken arm, don't we? Poor guy. He's like, oh, that explains. I'm like, you want the heat. When you have arthritis, you want the heat. It's the humidity that kicks your ass. And he's like, oh, that explains so much. His mom suffers really bad from RA. And I'm just like, yeah, I was just like, if I'm lucky, and I think I will be because I think I started drinking collagen young enough, then I will stave off most of the arthritis. But it is in my thumbs quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how you know I don't over masturbate, because it's not in my fingers. I don't double click the mouse. Haha. It's in my thumbs from playing video games.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. The other day I was playing fucking Vampire Survivors. And I was like, my left thumb is actually starting to get sore. Because basically all you do is move your thumbstick.
It gets twingy right in here, right?
No, it was the pad of my thumb. And I was like, I guess because in that game you can use either one. Do you pull off your old tags with that left thumb? Because your skin's really dry. Yeah. Look at your pad on your thumb. It looks like skin. Okay, look at mine. Yeah. Now look at yours. It's all wrinkly. Looks like Sharpay face. It's looked like that for probably 30 years. I'm just not gonna tell you the 10-foot pole. Leave it alone. Yeah, no, I'm not 80. I'm not either. Several of my cousins were making jokes about that because I knew this one. Oh, are you? Yeah. What the next one that's closest to your age? How many years difference? 4. Oh my God! Really? This particular one is like 12 years younger than me. Who was making that joke? Well, that's because they're a millennial, right? Wait, hold on. Let me do math. Yep, they're a millennial. Yeah, they were born in the early. They're not a zennial. They're not cool like you or other people we know. Yeah. You're not even a zennial, but they're not cool like Agent Double H. She's a zennial. She's a cool one. She might as well be a Gen Xer because she lives with a boomer. Yeah.
You figure out the math on that one, right?
Yeah.
No, I just really, like, we did spend some time today talking earlier, but it was like all off mic stuff because, like, honestly, I would love to come on and do an episode where we talk very seriously and we don't scrap it about accountability, impact, intent. I would love to do that, but it's really hard for me because this was a rough headspace week to be in because of having to deal with all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, and then I saw those movie trailers, and then I don't know. I don't even know how Ice Ice Baby came in my head, but it did. Oh, because you said, yeah, that's like saying ding 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 ding. It's your fault. Don't even remember why, but it's your fault. And I won't remember until I re-listen to the episode because the squirrels have yet again visited us. And that's okay. Because those are some of the funnest conversations that we have.
Yeah. Is
when the squirrels are there. And, it's sometimes I wish we kind of did a live cast. I'm never going to, but sometimes unless I can just put goggles on, it can just be my eyes. And I can be like, look into my eyes and you will be mesmerized. There's gray or blue. I mean, what they get. It's a choice. But it's like some of the funnest conversations are the ones where it's just, it flows and it just, we do squirrel it up. Mm-hmm. We really do squirrel it up. And I don't think it was me this time because it was you. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Did you ever see him on? And I'm not trying to be offensive to that dude out there. I'm not trying to be offensive to Vanilla Ice, but like, I kick off my shoes because of my laces. I'm sorry. I just keep seeing Jim Carrey. I don't even see Vanilla Ice anymore. I just see Jim Carrey doing the skit about him.
Okay.
And I really wish more of the world was like that now, where it's like, there's so many people who make a blanket accusation of things being a certain way. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, no, bro, no.
And especially taking things out of context and being like, oh, look, this is what happened. But let's see what happened 5 minutes before that.
The whole world is talking about me.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, the minute I clock out, I'm good. I am so good. I was so afraid, though, because, like I said, I'm driving home from work the other day. And they came to our neighborhood. And I was just like, fuck. Like, I work very hard at not disclosing my location. I don't tell anybody exactly where I live at work.
Yeah.
So the only way they'd know is if they were looking at one of my pay stubs or, like the envelope for my pay stubs. But those are locked in the office. So there's, generally speaking, only 4 other people besides me who should have access to it.
Yeah.
But I don't trust the people where other managers give them keys and like, go ahead and go up there. I think they rummage through the place. Mm. I will only give my set of keys to one person. And that was like literally, I did not have a choice the other day because my back was so whacked out.
Yeah.
But I also know the person and I timed it and it took them 90 seconds to go up and back down. And that's exactly what it should take. But yeah, so I was afraid somebody came to our neighborhood and I was like, fuck. Because I don't. And it's interesting because I talked to another co-manager about it, and I'm just like, it's nothing to do with the people. It's very stressful in the management team, especially right now because we're a manager down, basically. Mm-hmm. So manager down, get her a wheelchair. So it's very stressful. I was like, I just don't. There's literally only 3 people: my favorite production worker, my second favorite production worker. They kind of like work across like kitty corner from each other. Mm-hmm. And then my e-commerce guy. Those are the only people I'd ever allow at my house. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they all can and my co-manager. But as far as my actual quote employees, they're the only ones that would be welcome here.
Yeah.
Because I don't need anybody coming over here going, oh my God, she's growing potatoes in her backyard. We must climb her fence and steal. I don't need that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. I just wanted us to be able to do something fun. And I'm kind of glad the squirrels came back because those are some of the funniest conversations, especially when I re-listen to it. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I get really excited and be like, say that thing that you remembered in that moment. And then I don't say it. I'm like, what? Why did you say something? It was so funny. But at least this time I remember to talk about Dresden to be like, I'm not happy to see you. Go fuck yourself and die. I was just like, that's so great. Especially when Laura, lectures him about it. You came to mine. You threatened my death. So it's like, yep. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. But now we have to wait. How many years do we have to wait for the next one?
I have no idea. I don't know as he's working on, because he kind of jumps around. So I don't know if he's working on a Cinder Spires novel or not. It's been a while since I've watched any like interviews with him or anything.
The last one I saw, he was reading out of he read an excerpt from Battleground, I think. The other piece talks about Battleground because I was like, look, it's him, and look, it's him. But look at all these nerds on this podcast dressing like Johnson. What's wrong with that? And then, it's interesting because if I controlled the world, I think I could make it a very good show. I think I have the best ensemble cast. Between you and I, we could get a really good cast together. And, yeah. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I survived the week. I survived the week, and I have the day tomorrow to do whatever cleanup I want to do. I don't know. I might go over to Half Price Books and see if they have any picture in. Because I know I was talking to somebody about it before, and I was like, yeah, the last time I was in, I was just like, oh, they don't have any, Dresden files. And the lady was just like, kind of rolled her eyes. She's like, I'm so sick of Jim Butcher. Like literally, they had one copy, and it was bad. It was the one I was telling you about where the spine was like crinkly and broken.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I literally have a stack of books here to read.
Yep.
So I should, because then we could do an episode about Jeremy Renner. Yum yum, doodle dum. I have Jeremy Renner's story.
Autobiography or whatever.
Yeah, and I could read the Game of Thrones story again.
Anyway.
Have you read the George R. R. Martin books?
No.
Are you ever going to read them?
Probably not.
Oh, yeah, you did them on Audible, didn't you?
I didn't even do that.
Oh, wow.
I remember back when they were still super popular, they were 2 credits per book.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, no, fuck you.
Right? I might even wear my handy-dandy new hat out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hot. Have you worn your hat?
No.
You don't want to get it dirty?
Correct.
Like, that is correct. Well, that's something we probably should have mentioned was that. So Bogey, who helps with some stuff here and there when they have time, he has time. I'm still in work mode. Everybody's they them, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it gets.
Hi, Bogey.
Hi, Bogey.
Thank you for the hat again, Bogey.
Yes, fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'll try to figure out how to get maybe I can get a picture of it and then attach it to the artwork for this episode. So the squirrels came by again or whatever. But I love it. I think it's great. I know that Bogey is over hypercritical of his stuff. The work that he does, he's got this perfectionist thing, and it's just like, dude, come on. It's fantastic. I get it too, but I understand what he's talking about, like the little details. But I don't think that just the fact that he took the time out of his everyday life, and he's super busy because he's working 40, 50 hours a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And, taking care of the stuff he's got to take care of. And just the fact that he did it until he thought it was good enough. So I wonder how many times he threw away.
Yeah.
But yours is really cool because yours has got a dragon on it.
Yes.
But I really love mine because it's literally more like our newer logo.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm looking at it and it's so good and it's so great. And then, and I'm looking at it last night because I was like, maybe I'll wear it out today. I can't wear it when it's muggy. It'll make me sweat. But I thought, well, maybe I'll wear it out tomorrow to get good eye coverage if I go out tomorrow. And it was funny because as I was going to sleep, I was just like, I see where he wants to change ABC. Like he's worried about this. And then I went, well, if we were just called Everyday Life Redacted, that would be perfect because it would fit on there perfectly and he'd be able to do the detail work a lot easier. And I was just like, man, maybe we should look at, even though I love the name of our podcast, I really, truly do. I'm also like, but we want to include the audience more. So what if we change the name to Redacted, Everyday Life Redacted? And then I was just like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So, but anyways, that's another story for another day. I love that the squirrels came because it's much more lighthearted when those squirrels come by.
Sure.
I mean, they've got at least 8 drinks coming. If they think I forgot, don't think I did. Because they've got at least 8 drinks coming. But I should read the Jeremy Renner book because I was talking to one of my regular customers and they were just like, I've been finding some amazing books. I'm like, oh, I know. Me too. I found Jeremy Renner's story. And they're like, oh, yum. I'm like, right. So it's like nice to know I'm not the only weirdo in the world that think Jeremy Renner's
kids, though.
He's not married and he has 1 child. He is a single man.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? Are you talking about the character or the actual actor?
I'm talking about the actor.
He was married, had 1 child. Now he's divorced with 1 child.
Yeah.
His child's like almost a teenager now, or she just is a teenager.
Yeah.
He's hot. That's all I care about. So me and this customer were sitting there dancing, going, "He's hot." Anyways,
it's gonna turn into a fucking K-pop scene soon.
Dirty pop. I'm sorry, what?
Gonna turn into a K-pop scene soon.
Oh God. Oh, Jeremy Renner, go say dang. Anyways, so I was looking at and we have to do a mental health update episode. But because I have not been really good about that. But I had not been looking at our podcast platform too much because I was just like, it gets too stressful with everything else that's going on. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of getting into a routine again.
Yeah.
And with having first had illnesses back to back, mm-hmm. then had a really fucked up schedule for a little bit. And so got to figure out all the, anyways. So I looked at it and again, people are all over these music episodes. And I'm like, wow, I haven't even talked about music. We haven't even talked about music too much.
It's been a while, too.
And then I heard a new song on the radio, and I am obsessed. So I'm like, okay, I need to do a little bit of research into some of this music. And now you said K-pop. I have a coworker who is you did say K-pop, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what you meant. You meant Korean drama.
No, I was meaning K-pop.
Well, I have a coworker who's obsessed with them, and she's literally like can give you the lowdown on all of them. Mm. And me, I'm
what
just
about
like
J-pop?
I have not listened to that very much.
It's the same thing, just Japanese.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the original.
Well, K-pop's been around since like 1958.
Okay.
So are you sure?
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was like, we need to like explore these musics a little bit more. Like you should get your top 5 against my top. You'll win.
Baby metal.
Baby metal?
Yeah.
What's baby metal?
It's a Japanese group that does heavy metal, but it's a bunch of cute little Japanese women.
Aw, that sounds about as exciting as me wanting to listen to Redacted sing heavy metal with her redacted head. No. Like, look, you've got me respecting Gwar, okay?
It's like Gwar, but with hot Japanese chicks.
I'm sure that was great for you. You know what? As long as they don't... wait, hold on. They don't dress like Gwar does, do they?
No, they have these, like, cute little dress outfits that they wear that are all black.
Aw. Yeah. I'll have to look them up. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought that was interesting that the music episodes are moving again. And I'm like, this is so weird. And it's just like, I guess it's true that it's just like, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what anybody's going to be in the mood for. Mm. And that's why I like just talking about everything.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know how these people.
This is the Jim Butcher podcast. Welcome back.
And this is Jim Butcher. And today we're going to read chapter 2 of Stormfront.
Oh, no, we're not doing his books. We're just talking about Jim Butcher, the person.
I kind of feel like that might be going. In this episode, is it Toe Jam or is it Toe Jelly?
Is that Among Us?
Yeah. Among Us? No, it's I don't understand how, like, well, I don't know. It's like, I think it's great. Like, for me, I understand, like, sports podcasts. There's always a different team to talk about or whatever. I get that. But the people who want to talk about square watermelons all day, I don't quite understand it. But then again, I don't understand ASMR either. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand that either, because all ASMR does is make me want to punch things. I can't stand it.
Yeah, not everybody's into it. So
I don't know. Are you into it? Do you like it?
Not particularly.
Like,
but it doesn't really have enough it doesn't have the intended effect on me.
Yeah, me either.
And it doesn't have the opposite effect where I get annoyed by it. I'm just like, whatever, and moving on.
I feel very alien when I go, it serves no purpose, get rid of it. But I also have weird triggers, like if I feel a weighted blanket, I'm angry, I'm mad. And one of my workers was just like, and I really like him. He's not one of my favorites, but I really like him. He's like, what do you mean you get mad? I was just like, I channeled the lady from The Silence of the Land. Get that thing back the book bar. I'm like, there's something that happens. I don't even have, I said, when I did moving and storage, I opened up a trunk and I touched a blanket. I was just like, I pulled my hand out like a cobra, viper, snake, something was going to get me. A king cobra. Okay, fine. Shush. Stop. And I looked at the person who was with me, and his name was Danny. And he goes, what's wrong? I said, I'm not touching that. He goes, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I don't know. I just touched something. He goes, what did it feel like? And I said, it felt like a blanket. And he goes, okay, what's wrong? I said, I don't know, but I'm mad and I'm going to kick something. You're looking like a man. He's looking like a man. That's such a great skit, too. And the shipper goes, what? I said, it's like it's a blanket or something. But I said, but it makes me angry. He's like, yeah, that's my footlocker of blankets. And I said, it just doesn't make sense unless they're fucking weighted blankets. He's like, yeah, they're all 100 pounds of weighted blankets, bro. And I didn't even lift it up. I just touched the top of it and was like, and Dan was just like, you literally went from being your normal, happy, joyous self to like, you were like, I'm going to stab you in your eye, motherfucker. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but so one of my guys, he goes, that is so weird. He goes, I can see you getting angry just talking about it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I was like, it's really cute because one year my partner got me a very, very, very expensive weighted blanket. And I'm like, get that thing to Baltimore, take it back. Like, I'm like, no, thank you. And so a guy goes, why is that? And I said, because it reminds me of somebody trying to hold you down against your will. Weighted blankets do not have the intended effect.
Yeah.
You want to see somebody go psycho? Throw a weighted blanket on me, and you will not be living to see the next day. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
But if it comforts people, that's great.
Yeah, because I had never heard of weighted blankets, and maybe they existed before this, but maybe they didn't. But I can't remember. The lady's name is Temple something, and she's autistic, but she's a scientist, and she works in at least she did. She worked in the beef industry.
Okay.
And she was talking about the crushes.
Okay.
That they put the cows in.
Yeah.
And the they're called races where the cow runs down through the basically small fenced pathway.
Yes.
And she was talking about how she was looking at the crush and she was like, I want to get in there because she's autistic, right? Mm-hmm. And so eventually she convinced somebody to let her go into it. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's really big. It's for a fucking cow.
Right.
But it pressed in on her and she was like, it was the most comfortable I'd ever felt in my life, basically. So that's probably the weighted blankets are probably something along that line.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's like, a lot of people who really like it say it's like having somebody just hug you and protect you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess if if the house catches on fire, at least you can die in comfort. I don't know. And it's really fucking bizarre for me because I can lift weighted vests. I used to pack them for the shippers all the time. But weighted blankets, weighted throws, I can't do it. It makes me mad. And it's because psychologically speaking, it's a newer thing and it's nothing I want. When I'm actually really upset, I need to talk about it. I don't need you to necessarily hug me. Sometimes I do. It depends on the situation.
Also, kind of like the Native Americans use these, and I think some other groups did, the swaddle things.
Yeah.
Where basically you just wrap the child up really tight, like a little burrito, so you can carry them around. Well, that is apparently super soothing and comforting when you're very small. Yeah. Because it is kind of like being in the womb still.
Yeah.
So it's probably a similar effect with the weighted blanket.
I personally, and I'm not putting any names out there, but I personally think I actually had an experience when I was very, very young of somebody stabbing me with a fork when I was young. So, I'm probably very much against
being wrapped up in.
Yeah, I need to be able to defend myself. Obviously kids are kids, and it wasn't like I'm going to stab your eye out. It was more like a jab.
Wait up.
But that's not what I remember them saying. But I can't. Right? But it's interesting because I have weird triggers, but I think everybody kind of does.
Yeah, everybody has something weird at least.
Like Game of Thrones. Your eyes change though. You go from having open eyes, all of a sudden you're like, really? You're like very much Garfield, really. But Guar was a trigger for me too. Because every time you say Guar, I can't help but see the gross blood udders. Video? Oh God, I can't help but no offense, Mike, but Blothar.
That is a fucking super gross video.
It's not even that. I've seen other ones too. However, I saw him do Pink Pony Club, and I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And and I'm like, in my head, I want to write to Guar and be like, "Dear Guar, I have these '90s songs that I think would be great if you redid them, My Prerogative by Bobby Brown. I think it would be great if you'd sing it."
That would actually be kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Right? It's my prerogative. I think it'd be fantastic. Or Shania Twain's "Any Man of Mine." I think that'd be hilarious, right? Or "That Don't Impress Me Much." One of the two. Probably "That Don't Impress Me Much" would be great because I can just hear both are going. So your rocket test. That don't impress me much. You know what I mean? Like I just want to make a list of like 10 songs. Like do these, but I'll have to do some music research because there is some really interesting music that's been coming out lately. That I like, and it's not K-pop, believe it or not. I am such a bad BTS fan. I haven't even heard the new BTS song yet.
That's because you've been listening to Taylor Swift.
Oh, only when I'm forced to. Although I do like her new song for Toy Story 5. But like there's so much coming up. It's so crazy because like I want to see Toy Story 5. And I asked my coworker who did go to the theater and see it, which I won't go to the theater. I won't have that experience.
Space Ranger.
Space Ranger. And I asked if it was any good, and she said yes. And I said, okay, don't tell me anything else. But she did give a little bit away, and I was like, like I'm like literally trying to make noise. Yeah, because another person was just like, ooh, tell me about it, and I'm like, And so I do want to see Toy Story 5. I want to see. I saw a movie trailer that has Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh in it. And it's set in like 1987, and it's called Mayday, about a fighter pilot who goes down in Russia. And this Russian guy finds him. And but it's only not going to be on redacted. It's like going to only be on one place. And I'm like,
For now.
Yeah, that's the great thing about streaming is they're starting to really do things to where it's like if they produce it like Amazon, if Amazon produces it, they do it in-house and then they move it around.
I mean, sometimes I think Apple a lot of times keeps their stuff.
I hope not, because that's who's doing Mayday. And I have a big 12-incher for Ryan Reynolds any day of the week. I just watched an old movie of his. I just watched a movie of his where he actually was in a fat suit for a little bit for some of it. It was a movie with Amy Smart called Just Friends.
Okay. And
he played the fat best friend in high school. And he was so great because he's got this retainer and he's just like,
Did you ever watch Hansel and Gretel?
Hansel and Gretel with Jeremy Renner?
Yeah.
I've seen it once, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was really
grown up in their Monster Hunters.
There was supposed to be a trilogy and they stopped right there. Because it just didn't make enough box office money. And it's very frustrating when that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Because that's like, so earlier you were showing me a video of, her name's not Felicia Day, is it?
Yeah, it's Felicia Day.
Okay, good. Then I'm not stupid. That redhead, she's hot. Yeah. Felicia Day talking about doing the Kickstarter for a movie they want to do for the Guild. And, it's like she's got it 100% right. Like doing something for themselves and for the fans, like at the end of the day, it has to be more important than somebody trying to change direction of what. Because then you get this dollar value put on it, and it's just like, the Guild came out, what'd she say, almost 20 years ago?
Yeah, it was like, so 2027 would be 20 years.
Yeah, and so I want to say it was probably 2012 before they really started making any money off of it. You have to be dedicated to it, because I know I know several people didn't start listening to it until 2010, 2012, and they're like, "Oh, this was fantastic."
Yeah, they were on like the.
Yeah,
I started watching it.
Yeah, and I think I started watching it the 4th season after you told about.
Yeah.
But I need to go back and watch it all because, but I love Will Wheaton too. So that was one of the reasons. Well, the only reason why I even checked it out was because of Will Wheaton. But then
bad guy.
He's the bad guy in The Big Bang Theory too. So come on.
Yeah. Actually, I might be.
They call me my Nana.
Might be confusing his character, the Guild.
No, you're not. In Will Wheaton, in The Big Bang, he's playing Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
But he's devious. He's not bad. He's just devious.
Yeah.
The other one, he's definitely an a-hole. Yeah. But literally on The Big Bang, he is only a devious little fucker to Sheldon because he likes to win. Mm. And I think that's a little tip of the hat to tabletop gaming. Because isn't that the name of his?
Yeah, it was tabletop.
Yeah. So I think it's a little tip of the hat to that, because he just wants to always win.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing him and his wife play Ticket to Ride on that. I didn't see the whole episode. I only had a few minutes to watch, and I was like, I love Ticket. I've been playing Ticket to Ride for 20 years on Xbox or Steam. Oh man, yeah. So, but I remember seeing her, and I'm just like, that's one of the Slayers from Buffy. But I want to say she comes in like this. I think she was in the last 6 episodes, but she's one of the future chosen ones kind of thing. So yeah, I like Felicia Day. I think she's very entertaining. I think she's got that whole great thing on the back of her mind where it's just like they do need to do it and finance it and get funds from the fans for it.
Yeah.
So that way they can stay true to what it is, because otherwise you're going to get somebody coming in there. You're going to get an executive producer or producer going, hey babe, we need to at least have 2 sex scenes. We got to show some titties to make some money. And it's like what I remember of the Guild, and it's obviously been a number of years since I've watched it, so I'll have to rewatch it again. So we can definitely promote her.
Yeah.
What I remember about it is it's just like awkward geeky, and I love that.
Yeah.
Because it matches in how I feel about life so much more, where it's like, is this the right decision? Isn't it the right decision? What am I going to do? Like awkward geeky feels normal to me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I work with some people who are mentally stagnant and educationally underdeveloped.
Okay.
Is that a nice way to say it?
Sure.
Okay, great. And so I have a really hard time when they go, yeah, ground beef, you can eat it raw and it's delicious. You just go shoot a cow and grind it up and you can eat it that way. I have a hard time not correcting them. Or one day, one of them, of the 2 individuals I'm thinking of, one of them were just like, I've never heard of a blue steak. Have you ever eaten blue steak? No, I prefer not to get worms and die.
Yeah.
That's not ingrained in my life. Just like people who can grab ground beef, that's something that they've been doing a very long time.
Yeah.
Or they're eating organic ground beef. They're definitely not eating the ground beef from the 80s and 90s and 2000s. I'll tell you that right now. But it's something that you have to acclimate your body to over. And they're like, if I just go and I just buy frozen hamburger patties and they thought I can eat it, right? No.
No, you're supposed to.
No. But I didn't know so one of them was just like, never had a blue steak. If you know, I want to live. I don't want to die. And the other one was just like, yeah, I wonder what other colors they come in.
And now I'm thinking of the Bloodhound game. Thanks.
Anyways. So, yeah. Anyways. No, I like it when the squirrels come. It's a lot of fun. Jim Carrey reboot. Wayans Brothers reboot. In living color. J-Lo, please do a dance. Do not invite certain people for guests, but do a dance. I want to see Homie D. Clown.
Homie D. Clown.
I want to see the handy capable man.
Wasn't that the detective or whatever?
No, he's like Handy Boy.
Yeah, it's just the hands and.
No. He's the disabled guy who dresses in blue with the cape.
Okay.
I want to see Handy Boy. I want to see Homie D. Clown. I want to see Fire Marshal Bill.
Let me show you something.
Let me tell you something. Show you something is from Ace Ventura. Let me tell you something is from Fire Marshal Bill.
Okay.
Because he curls in his lip. Everybody walked around doing that in the 90s. Oh, it made my lip dry. Last time I did it before this time, it actually stuck to my teeth. and I pulled some skin off. I gotta be careful. My mouth isn't as moist as it used to be.
Wow.
And then I want to see the lady who talks about, and Miss Bonilla, the gossip lady. I want to see her. Kim Wayans does her really good. Yeah, I want to see all of that. I think it'd be fantastic. And yeah, Jim Carrey, of course. Anyways, we got to go because you've got an appointment to take care of.
Yep, indeed.
Indeed. Everybody have a good day. Sorry the squirrels came by, but we had fun.
Later.
Bye. Okay, everybody. That's all the time we have for today. So I want to thank you for stopping by to enjoy the conversation. We're glad you're here, and please share and share again and share some more. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We'll be having another chat and another cup soon. We'll talk to you then. Look forward to seeing you.